Hi guys, I'm Rakesh and this is an episodic series where we discuss about different types of games, talk a little bit about its history and draw some classic examples. And today's episode is about real-time strategy games. We have done a previous episode on Sandbox games. If you have missed that episode, I'm giving the link above. Improvise, adapt, overcome. This is the main mantra for strategy games. We as gamers control factions which fight over a map dependent on resources you acquire, units you build, or the structures you put up. This category has taken many years of refinement and improvements to reach where it is right now.
Seriously, you are without doubt the worst dictator I have ever heard of.
Real-time strategy games, or RTS as we call it, will usually have a standardized interface with a camera fixed from above to give an overview of the entire map. We would have a mini-map and of course a huge amount of interfaces about stats of units, resources, damage, productivity, and even technologies for advancements in skills and whatnot. Getting into strategy games is not an easy feat for a lot of gamers, but it has always been a wonderful space of gamers, especially in multiplayer and esports scenarios. You need strategy, skillful planning, and sometimes even think like an enemy to stay ahead and win.
The good old days. Gathering, hunting. Well, back to gathering. We switched from a cold to a cool place to settle.
Herzog's Way, which came out in Sega Genesis home console, is supposedly the first RTS title to come out. But most of us had our first experience in Age of Empires. The sounds and characters of these titles even run wild these days in social media. Age of Empires still remains one of the best franchises from Microsoft. There are legendary titles like Command & Conquer, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, which all brought in their own stories and factions and some good strategies to the table. The RTS category also had its own share of problems in growth, sometimes being criticized for being too complex, or some games ending up as clickfests with an unending amount of units on the screen, and even the hardships of controlling things when you are playing in a console. Nevertheless, the genre has grown strong and expanded with much refinement over the years. We have to talk about subcategories of RTSs, like turn-based strategy games, where players take turns to plan and play, or real-time strategy games, which compels you to take decisions on the go. There are not just titles that give you villages to hunt and put up structures and let you build empires. Titles like Commandos 3 give you a handful of characters and let you go on missions. Or titles like Company of Heroes lets you take control of a platoon of soldiers and take out enemy settlements. A lot of us might love games like SimCity or City Skylines, which lets you build and plan your own city. And hey, who can not talk about massively multiplayer RTS titles like Clash of Clans and Total War Saga or the Warhammer games. If you are not into RTS titles, any of these titles I mentioned above is a good place to start. I have included my list of top 10 RTS title games in the description with links to buy them if you want to test your mettle against some super armies and build a city on your name maybe. What is your favorite RTS title? Do let us know in the comments. I will catch you all in the next episode of this series with another category of game. Happy gaming!